everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the dungeon. My name is Robin, and today is Lampworking 101.51. The bead that we're working on this week is derived from all of my experimenting, trying to figure out the implosion. And I'm not quite there yet, not quite ready yet, but I did have a lot of these happen. You know, the disc, I had a lot of these falling off my mandrel. This technique is not really an implosion technique. It's more like a really, really fancy dot into line technique. This is like a glorified version of that. That's all this is. A little frustrating, but a lot of fun to make. The technique is super simple. And that's it. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me this week, and we'll see you next time in the dungeon. All right, we're going to start this bead out with just some clear. I just want to heat the clear up and make a small bead on my mandrel to start out with. I want it to be nice and even on the sides. I tried to make this bead a little wider in some of the other ones I tried, but making it nice and thin is really the way to go. On top of that, I'm going to add a small row of yellow dots. Do your best to try to get them not to touch each other. Just get them nice and even, melt them in slightly, and then I'm going to add another row of blue dots on top of those. Obviously, you can do whatever colors you like. Okay, I just melted that in a little bit, and now the important thing here is just to add a nice amount of clear just right on top of everything. Just wrap a nice bit of clear, and on top of that, I'll do my next row of dots. This time I'm using an orange. And on top of those, I'm going to add some of the evil purple, which I really like the look of. As long as it doesn't come up to the surface, this color is beautiful. Okay, this is my second layer. I'm going to melt that down and put another layer on top of this one. And this one, I do try to get a nice thickness around the disc. And I have to tell you that a lot of times when I'm adding the clear, that usually is when the disc wants to pop off the mandrel. So be careful about how much you're tugging on the glass, and you should be okay. So on top of this one, I'm going to add some green. It's almost like a light pea green. Melt those down a little bit. Notice I'm still maintaining that disc the whole time. And on top of that, I have, what is this? This is a little red, a coral red on top of the green. Now, I decided I would add the coral red dots slightly on the bottom side of the green dots. I don't know if that really made a difference, but we melted those in, and now I'm going to do one more big row of clear on top. And I'm just kind of twisting my clear rod back and forth so I get a nice even amount around the disc. It's not perfect, but I got as close as I could. I did add a little bit more just because I felt like I needed it to be slightly more even. I had actually done a few of these beads with a whole nother row, but I noticed that as you get bigger, not only does the mandrel have issues, but the lines don't pull into, or the dots don't pull into the lines as nicely as if you just have 3 rows. So you can see I'm melting this down, and I've decided to do a side melt on this, and that's what's going to pull everything down to one side, And then I'll hit the other side as well, just to even things out. But most of my heat is all on one side. And that's what's gonna bring all those colors down into the mandrel and give you this really awesome, like, fake implosion look. So to finish this bead off, I just wanted to add a few little tiny black dots just to have a little fun with the design. I'm gonna flatten those down with my knife. These are not big beads. These are relatively small. But if you're having a hard time getting the clear glass to flow all the way down the sides, this is what I did. I went ahead and added some clear glass to the front side. Not a lot, because I didn't want to warp how cool everything was looking. I just went ahead and added them in dots. I didn't want to deal with adding a whole nother row. I was getting nervous that the bead would just, release itself from the mandrel. So I'm just adding dots here, melting those in, and that's it. This bead is super cool, you guys. I hope you give it a try. The colors, just the way I've been really frustrated trying this pattern out for the implosion, but look, it looks just like an implosion. It's just kind of a faked one. Anyway, I hope you guys love this as much as I do and give it a try, and we'll see you guys next time in the dungeon.